This week, Bourbon's blooper is something super. The Twins, in a burst, make their move towards first. And Lou Brock keeps up his amazing pace trying to catch Cobb in the base-stealing race. George Brett is suspended, but Chicago is upended. And the Cubs fall from first place in their divisional race. The Astros make plays worthy of praise. And the Mariners of Seattle give the Yankees a mighty battle. Headlines and highlights coming up next on This Week in Baseball. In the race for the National League Eastern Divisional title, the Chicago Cubs have been falling on some hard times. Left fielder Larry Bittner found that out. You make a great play like that, and then suddenly you find that you have to leave the game with an injury. Worst of all, the Cubs ace reliever Bruce Sutter was hurt again and will be out of action until September. The Cubs held first place since May, but lost their grip on it this week. They've discovered that when you're number one, the opposition plays like world champions. And that's what happened in the Astrodome, where the Cubs were cut down by Houston. The Astro van is parked in third place in the West, but the Astros are shifting into high gear. Just watch them rev up and go. The Astros are also riding high on the mound. Pitcher Joe Niekro, pressed into a starting role, hurled 2 shutouts this week, giving him one of the lowest earned run averages in the National League. As the Cubs have to admit, Niekro is just one more reason why Houston is becoming a mighty tough team to beat. The Philadelphia Phillies are getting tougher too, as the Los Angeles Dodgers discovered. The Phils swooped into first place this week with a 3-game sweep over L.A. Philadelphia's pennant drive has been led by the Bull, slugging outfielder Greg Luzinski. The Bull struck again against the Dodgers. Watch him now. There it goes, and it is gone. And that home run got the Philly bandwagon rolling to a late-inning 8-3 romp and first place in the East. The next night, Bert Hooton was pitching for the Dodgers. With the score tied 0-0, bottom of the ninth, Greg Luzinski leads off. It's a base hit to left field, and the Phillies are on their way. Manager Danny Ozark goes to his bench and sends in pinch runner Jerry Martin. Hooten must now work with a winning run at first base. Richie Hebner's the batter, and he strikes out on a wild pitch, enabling Martin to advance to second. Bob Boone follows with a fly ball to right field, deep enough to permit Martin to tag up and go to third. 2 away, and it's up to Ted Sizemore. It's a base hit, and the ball game is over. The Phillies win 1-0, and it's celebration time. Those are the games you need to win to stay in first place. But you also need pitching to stay on top, and Steve Carlton is Philadelphia's man. The veteran lefty frustrated Dodger hitters. Not only that, he frustrated Dodger base runners. See? Davey Lopes and Coach Jim Gilliam just can't believe it, but the man is out. And Carlton even frustrated L.A. pitchers with his bat. 2 singles in this game gave him 6 hits in his last 8 times at bat. Pitchers like to talk about their hitting, but hitters are really talking about Carlton's pitching. Talking to themselves, that is. This 3-1 Philly victory was Steve's 16th win of the year, tops in the league, and his 13th straight win at home. With Carlton mowing them down like this, the Phils could be really hard to catch in the National League East. Pennant pastures grew a little greener in Kansas City this week, as they did elsewhere in the American League West. That's because the Royals came home and stole 3 straight from first place Chicago. Watch this. Freddie Patek is picked off and called out at second. But manager Whitey Herzog says that can't be. The ball was dropped. And you know what? The umpires reversed their decision. Watch again. How about that? The ball was dropped. This just wasn't Chicago skipper Bob Lemon's week. The Sox got good wood on the ball, but this one is right at the pitcher. Meanwhile, Royal hitters had a field day. Big Bad John Mayberry singled, doubled, tripled, and homered in one royal rout. And Kansas City played his theme song.
Big Bad John. Big John.
Bob Lemon just can't get that blasted tune out of his head. George Brett gave Lemon something else to remember. With the Sox leading 3-1, Brett blasts this one to deep center field. Going, and it's gone for a 3-run home run. The 3-game sweep packed 4 teams within 3 games of each other. A lot of fish in a small pool. So who'll sink and who'll swim in this wild western race? Well, out in Minnesota's Twin Cities, Rod Carew and his crew have been stroking and smoking. The nod not only goes to Carew, but to the whole Twins team, which moved to within 1 game of the top. Carew upped his league-leading batting average with 4 hits. 3 of them doubles and 1 a perfect bunt. Now, how's about that? A big ovation for a bunt. Rod gives them plenty to applaud, takes off, and steals second on a pitch out. And his teammate Lyman Bostock lines a hit to right, Carew streaks around third and scores with a backdoor slide. But like we said, there are plenty of other Twins getting the applause in Minnesota. Like third baseman Mike Cubbins, who had his best day ever with a double, triple, and homer. And with hitting like that, he drove in 5 runs. The Twins topped the majors in runs scored, too. And what remains to be seen is if they can top the White Sox, Royals, and Rangers in that zany race for the Western Division title. Meanwhile, the expansion Seattle Mariners are not contending for a title, but the Kingdome has been staging plenty of baseball drama for the fans of the Great Northwest. Recently, Seattle's 1 millionth fan attended a game and received special recognition.
Mr. Don Riley of Seattle, his wife Carol, their children Melody, Patty, and Kimberly.
This season has been particularly rewarding for a favorite of the fans, Seattle's first draft pick, Rupert Jones.
Situation in Seattle where I came in right on time. I got picked up in the expansion draft, and I got to a city that really wanted baseball and really loved baseball. And the people there are fantastic. We have a nice turnout. We got a nice team. My team played with a lot of heart and desire. And I'm telling you, I'm having the most fun I've had in my life this year.
Rupert also happens to be a lot of fun to watch. He can put on a show in center field. And he's a star at the plate. A long drive to deep center field, way back. It's off the wall. Now watch Rupert turn on the speed and the crowd. And inside the park home run. That's Jones' 20th homer, but he's just one of 4 Mariners with over 50 RBIs. Others include Leroy Stanton. He launches one, and there she goes. Bye-bye, baby. On this ground ball, watch first baseman Danny Meyer. He's quick at the bag. And he's quick at the plate, too. There it is. He drives in the runs. And speaking of RBIs, third baseman Bill Stein ranks high in that department. Deep to right field. Going. It is gone. No doubt about it, the Mariners have been putting on a show in their first big league season. And the fans ain't seen nothing yet, according to Mr. Entertainment. Co-owner Danny Kaye has this to say.
The constant building and developing programs that we are going to go through, I think by the time 3 or 4 years rolls around, we will be able to field a club that is not going to be a source, not only going to be a source of great pleasure to us, but I think will be a source of some irritation to other clubs.
Your Mariners have caused plenty of irritation to other clubs already, Danny. Fact is, they've played 500 ball over the past 2 months. The Yankees, for instance, have not enjoyed their visits to the Kingdome. The Mariners took 2 of 3 from the Yanks this week, showed lots of speed, too. Rookie Julio Cruz steals second with a fadeaway slide. Greg Nettles rips one to left center, but watch Dave Collins race over and take it away. Exciting baseball like this backed a sharp pitching performance by Glenn Abbott, who handcuffed New York to get his 6th straight victory. In another game, 30-year-old rookie reliever Enrique Romo closed the curtain on a late-inning rally, something he's been doing all season. Strike 3. Other teams may not like it, but the Mariners are faring very well. Just like the owner says,
For an expansion club for babies in the very complicated world of baseball, we have done remarkably well.
hooray for Mr. Kaye. It looks like your ball club has quite a future. On the diamond, the players generally own the spotlight, but the umpire's always in the picture, especially when Ron Luciano makes the calls. Just watch him do his thing. Fans love Luciano because he's a real showman and because he's Well, because he's a real fan. And Ron just loves to tell a story.
Nolan Ryan was trying for his second no-hitter in a row. And he's out there, and in the 6th inning, Remy made a diving catch of a ball that was unbelievable. Threw over to first, and the guy's out, and I stood there applauding. I'm supposed to call him out, and I'm standing there applauding.
Luciano sure enjoys his work because he's part of the game.
I see a great play by a shortstop, and he's just not out once. He's out 15 times, and that's the way I feel about it. And it comes over as acting or showboating or whatever they want to call it, but it's really part of me.
Yes, whatever the call, there's no mistaking Luciano when he makes it. He adds color and style to baseball.
I think they can say, hey, Luciano did a good job tonight for a change, but at least they know it was Luciano. I don't think we have to be anonymous or stand out there and straight up and down and just, yes, he's out, or no, he's safe, and not be person. That's where we got the robot image, and we're not robots. We are people. We do have feelings, and I think the ball players of the day are accepting us more that way.
Right, Ron, and no one will argue with you about that. Now, let's play the game. You call this play, fans. A crisscross. Who's got the ball? Shortstop or second baseman? Tell you what, watch it again. If you guessed shortstop, we'll advance to the next question. How do you pitch Dave Parker, league leading hitter? Well, that's one way. Now catch this act by catcher Darrell Porter. Looks like he knows where the ball is, but watch, does he really know? Hey, Darrell, look around, man. It's right there in front of you. It was all the time. And here's another act by the Phillies. Steve Carlton's pitch gets by the catcher. The catcher's return throw gets by Carlton. Okay, says Steve. Come on, you guys. Anybody out there throw me the ball? Afraid not. Now the batter stops it with his bat and takes matters into his own hands. That's okay with Steve. He just wants the ball back. That's more like it. Here's a real cliffhanger. A pop foul toward the White Sox dugout. George Brett after it. Can he get it? Nope. Good try. But now can he get down? We've all heard about hang-ups, George, but yours is kind of ridiculous. The Sox do help him down. And he's a free man at last. Ball players can hide embarrassment in some situations if they keep their cool. Jim Essien looks cool, but hold it a minute. He forgot to take the metal donut off his bat. Who would ever notice that? For that matter, who would ever notice this? Bob Watson takes the throw and says, "Stay down," with a hat pin. How about those hats? They can cause all sorts of trouble. Houston's Enos Cabell controls the ball, but can't control his hat. This is what you call the Houston hat dance. But the play is out of step. More hat tricks. A blast to deep right field. Reggie Smith racing back, leaps, catches the ball and his hat. And hats off to these plays. A line drive. It's grabbed by Dwayne Kuiper. One out. Double play. This one you have to see to believe. Ted Simmons drills it to deep center field. Atlanta's rookie Barry Bonnell goes way back, up, and he's got it. Seeing is believing. Cincinnati's George Foster has also been hard to believe. Watch him now. He digs in. He's ready. And the pitch. Foster slams one deep into the upper deck. It measures over 500 feet. George has 38 homers, not far behind the pace of Roger Maris, and leads the majors in RBIs. And speaking of homers, how about this? Bases full of bucks. Frank Taveras, the batter. The pitch. Taveras lines it over the bag at first, and the ball gets by Ken Griffey. Watch out now, Ken. Taveras can really fly, and here he comes, all the way around for an inside-the-park grand slammer. A scintillating sight seldom seen. And you may never see another base stealer like Lou Brock. There he goes after stolen base number 886. And watch, he's got it. Just 6 behind Ty Cobb's all-time record. And Lou, we're counting down. In California, the Angels are counting too on Bobby Bonds, this week's winner of the Gillette Special. Bonds belted 6 homers in 6 days. During that stretch, the Angels didn't lose a game. Bonds is also up among the leaders in homers, RBIs, and stolen bases. And once again should make the 30-30 club. 30 homers and 30 stolen bases. Congratulations, Bobby. Nice going. Goodbye, everybody.